Hi, and welcome to the next episode of my Let's Play. And we're playing Atom RPG, and had a little trouble with my recording, so I didn't get very far since the last episode. It's just I finished the quest for the toadstools, which was really quick, and then I got a recommendation to the head of the town. So now we're talking to him, and he's giving us a job. Vince says, "You just got off." Oh, cool! You want to check out the stream? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I'm glad you did. So I didn't even think about why is my stream not showing anything. So the head of the city, he says he has a problem with bandits looting his town, and he wants me to do something about it. But the fun fact is, I have nothing. I have no weapons, no allies, no money. And he wants me to do this job for him, so that's special. All right, so let's hear what he has to say. The thing is, I believe there is a snitch living in our village, a traitor, a rat. I'm sure about this. Someone made a pact with the bandits and keeps them informed of everything that goes on around here. But with that said, I can imagine who the rat is actually. And the bastard himself knows me and the other villagers too well to get caught. Okay. When we hired mercenaries to protect us, the bandits somehow knew right away, and each time we make a little money on trade, they show up for their slice. Someone is ratting us out. You're a new face in the region. It should be easy for you to earn the rat's trust. Bring me the identity of this traitor. That is the job. Okay, well that's not too bad, because I can just investigate. I don't need to fight anybody. Why do you trust me with the job when I could be one of the bandits myself? The head laughs mirthlessly and appears to shrink a bit. His true age becomes more apparent. You realize he must be much older than 60. I'll tell you too straight. The village is slowly dying. The drought, the bandits, young people always leaving. A few more years and we'll be wiped off the map. The old-timers will die off and the remaining few will simply scatter. Some might even join the bandits. I don't like my options, but it's probably our only hope right now. Our last chance to change things, fix it. Not to recover what we lost, but at least buy our settlement a little more time. If the village must die, let it die honorably on its own, leaving warm memories in the hearts of the people. What's happening now? That's not even death. It's withering. It's rot. That's not good. Sounds like we need an investigation. Comrade Kovalev walks up to you. Do you agree or decline? Give it to me straight. I agree. Where do we start? Where do you start? Well, I'll start by telling you who I do not suspect. For one, I completely trust my fighting men, Jan and Petya, on the south and north gates respectively. They would not work for me otherwise. Trader Yashin may be a suspect. He's new in town and has shady past, but he does so much for the village. He built his shop with his own money. He pays his taxes and he suffers from bandits like everyone else. Dr. Mikoyan and old Simeon, I trust like I would trust myself. We built this village together, you know. They are good people, time-tested and loyal. Comrade Grank and the I'm reading all these names, and I really hope that it's in my notes, because it goes to my notes because I'm not writing this down. Comrade Grankin, the village superintendent, on the other hand, is a cowardly, shifty person, but no, he is too cowardly. He would never work with the bandits. That's probably who it is the Grankin. It's always the cowards that work with the bandits, because they get pushed around, right? It's much more profitable for him to keep his post in the village. The bandits would probably shoot him for laughs if he tried to talk to them. Katya and Vasya Rajenko, the owners of the tavern, have no reason to be snitches. They would never do something like that. On the others, I just don't know about the rest. Maybe you can give me some more clues. I suspect that the traitor is a man and not too old, a person that travels from time to time, but is known to be lazy. The head wrinkles his known. These criminal types, they abhor honest labor. They think that only the low folk do work, while they themselves prance about like aristocrats. Yeah, well, I better start investigating. Okay, so let's see if I got all those clues in my list. The village. What? I'm trying to understand. Oh, these are locations, I think. The fisherman. So I need to find the bandit, the rat. Okay, so and all of those people that I just read off, they're not in my in my notes. So, and then, but I have the list of all of my quests. It's pretty cool. So I need I need to find Bunker 317. I don't even know where to look. Atom in a Krasnoznamne, a big city. There's an atom agent called Fidel. So that's the city I haven't gone to yet. The village barkeep in Otrodnoye asked me to bring him the copy of Lord of the Rings he ordered from Krasnoznamne bookstore. So if once I go to that town, I can do a couple, 2 of the quests, and then I have a quest to bring a bottle of liquor and beer to the liquor to one guy, beer to the other guy. And I need to find the rat. So these are the quests in this village, but that's hard to do. I have 0 money. These are worth very little, and I think if I buy the alcohol, if I buy the guy the beer, he's not gonna give me anything for it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to. The beer is expensive, 91. Liquor is not too bad, it's 17, but how am I gonna buy that guy a beer? That's worth more than anything. For me, it's way too much. Okay, so let's talk to all the people and see if I can get some information off of anybody. Questions. What happened? What? As far as the nearest tavern where the peasants will bash your skull in with shovels or the... Yeah. Rumors, one of the relatives. There's a woman down here. Before you stands an older woman with a straight back and a strict face. In her gaze you detect concealed sorrow and a glimmer of intelligence. I'd like to know what you think about the local bandits. The woman noticeably shrugs, her gaze becomes suspicious, and she steps away from you, just in case. I hate them. The damage brought to society because it intolerated thieves can't even be measured. Just imagine how many young people these criminals have infected with their dangerous ideas and lifestyles. A spark of hate burns in the woman's eyes, although her speech is very bookish. She seems totally serious about what she says. You doubt that a person with such strong beliefs would work for bandits. Please stay calm. I just wanted your opinion. Now, can I ask you something else? How's life out here? Could be worse. My husband and I know that this one man who lived in the Jankar village, well, it was really terrible. There are thieves all around. He was the only civilized person out there, the only one who could read. He retold novels to them, Dumas, Conan Doyle, Wallace, and others. The thieves, they clothed and fed him for that, but he worked no less than any other poor soul. You may find it strange, but for intellectual becoming this teller of novels, it's a terrible shame, a deadly disgrace. But a hungry man has to do what he must. I think I'll leave now. Oh, let's talk to Jan. I can't bring you a beer? That's... This guy, like, how can I possibly buy a beer for you? I can't even afford a toothpick. What do you think about the bandits? Scarce. Those bandits are terrible people. I'm scared for my husband the most. He is a proud man and is not accustomed to being disgraced. Those bandits, they shake every coin they can out of us. Every time they do, it's like a knife in the heart to him. They are terrible. Those guns they have, they are not afraid to use them either. For them, killing a man is easy. It's nothing to them. And I'm afraid that my husband will do something stupid one of these days and get himself killed. It scares me so much. The woman sadly shakes her head and wipes her tears when you're not looking. Doesn't seem like she's a liar. She really cares for her men, and for the village. Don't fret, everything will turn out okay. Now, can I ask questions? Everything will be alright. Let's just move on. Because I've talked to a bunch of people already. It's kind of like... I think I've talked to about 80% of the village. Dr. Constantine is deeply occupied with something in a large old book. Seeing you, he puts his pen away and crosses his arms. You again, young man, feeling low? I think... Let me see my HP. I think, yeah, I could use it. He can heal me for free as far as I know. Afterwards, he steps back and rubs his chin. He looks worried. I have a drug that might help you. Open your mouth, please. Now stick out your tongue. Drink it all down. It's a pre-war mixture. It's helped many good people. So the doctor's willfully pre-war mixture tastes like a blend of castor oil and whale fat. Same thing as before. He gave me this and healed me. Thanks, doc. Better go. And so, like, it just heals me. And last time that I was playing, I had a poison, like a effect, I think, but it's gone now. Let's continue the search for the traitor. Before you stands a 50-year-old man. His rigid posture, his prideful expression contrasts slightly with his shifty eyes. Seems like he's been a small-time government official before the war. Comrade, might you be here to fix our water tower? No. Can I? I don't know. I can try it. Yes, why not? That's great. You see the motor isn't working and our mechanic has disappeared. Probably went out drinking again. Okay, I'll take a look. This is great, and the proletariat will be forever grateful for your humble cooperation. The water tower is nearby. Please check it out. I believe you'll be able to help us, comrade. Take it easy, man. I haven't fixed anything yet, but I'll take a look. I'm truly humbled in knowing that the people will never forget my act, but a simple thank you is nothing I can put into my wallet. Oh, yeah, I'll just... If I can fix it, I mean, that's fine. Before you stands a stocky, powerful man, aged 30. He has a plump face, an upturned nose, and an impudent look in his eyes. He is wearing workman's slacks and a tight t-shirt with the words rowing printed on the front in faded, sunburnt letters. Attention. You see that he is rolling dice in his palm. Oh, nice. I actually need the dice for another quest, sort of. Want to play some dice? I'd like to get your opinion on the local bandits. He does. Yeah, let's ask him about the bandits. The man's face stays the same, and he doesn't expose any emotions to your words. Your words should have brought out. His manner stays the same, and his gaze is still pretty saucy. Thieves are thieves. What's there to say? They survive. That's it. He spits to the side and looks at you insolently, right in the eye. Do they suspect someone inside the village? Is there a spy around? And why are you interested anyway, comrade detective? Well, your head gave me a mission to find the local snitch. I'm not gonna say that because it's just too obvious. What if I want to join them? Yeah, look, what if the one who's working for the Bentons just left the village quietly, making no trouble for you or anyone else? Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. And when you decide you're done with all the bullshit, sleeping under rocks, stealing dog food and all that stuff, there will be a position available for you in our... their... oh, nice. And their bandit camp. It's located not too far from here. It's in the abandoned factory. Well, how do you like that kind of career opportunity? Well, let's make this perfectly clear. You're the village snitch, right? Whoa, quiet down, man. Yes, that's me. Although I resent being called a snitch. I'm more of an infiltrator, you know. Get sent here by my group. Anyway, my proposition is still open to you if you're interested. This guy. I stay here. I need to think for a while. But try to remember our agreement. You go, man. But stay here. I don't know. Like, these three options are not exactly what I would expect, because there should be an option to... I guess if I ask him to stay here, let's do that. Just think quick. I'm getting pretty nervous about Kovalev hunting me, so I won't stick around here long. If I see you leave the village, don't expect to find me where you come back. I'll meet you at the abandoned factory. Sure, just don't leave yet. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna report him to... Yes, it's possible, yes. Indeed, I found your snitch. It's Grishka, the young guy hanging around the village. Slaps for a shock. He looks angry but also sheepish, like he did just something stupid. Of course, it was so obvious. The man drifts around here and there, never works for the benefit of the village, and all the time speaks in street jargon. I must be growing blind as well as old. Why, just a few years ago I would have spotted him right from the start. Personality... failure. The head's... Oh, I called him old. Watch your words, comrade. You helped us out. I'll be the first to admit it, though I mistrusted you at first, but that does not give you the right to insult me. Yeah, my fault. Like, I'm a failure. I'm failing every attempt. Fine, what now? Just don't make a scene about it. Now what? Fine, what now? Comrade Kovalev strokes his chin, probably pondering his next step. You calmly await his reply. Finally, having reached a decision, the head claps his hands. We must dispose of Grishka the snitch. This much is clear to me, but how? I don't want to create a panic. He must be disposed of quietly, unnoticed by anyone. Well, Comrade Kovalev, how about my payment? I would be glad to help with the disappearing. Interesting. I won't ask why, but that is good to hear. But what exactly do you propose? Attacking him in broad daylight? No, that would never work. I don't want to create a panic. The snitch must be dealt with quietly. It must appear as if he simply decided to leave. I guess now that I know that, like, talking to the other guy, he will leave. And Beyond the fence, there is an abandoned building. How about you lure him out there and silently, do the deed? A rotten thing to do by my standards, but sometimes a rotten thing is necessary if it means saving our little community from obliteration. I don't know how you will lure him out there, but I grant you total freedom in your methods. After the execution is carried out, return to me. I would like to speak more about our future cooperation. It will be done. I will lure the snitch into the abandoned house and, well, gotta go. Yeah, so you're kidding, right? Why would I care about rumors? I'm at risk every minute, and you ask me for rumors. Go ask those chumps over there. Let's go to another building. The snitch looks at you suspiciously and eyes his surroundings. To gain his trust, you need to trick him somehow. Why would I do that? Gambling? I noticed you're a gambling man, so I thought, how about a real game with real stakes, somewhere where the locals won't bother us? I don't have strength or speechcraft. Listen, pal, two of my buddies are looking for a place to stay just like I am. They're squatting in the abandoned house over there. We should probably pay them a visit. Failure. It's okay to help someone, but you're a stranger to me, and your buddies aren't even that. This whole situation stinks to high heaven. There's like this sword of Damocles constantly raised above my head, and you want me to go play games? You better cut the crap. Oh, ain't we paranoid? I fail at everything. Like, each thing I do is a failure. You actually have to look scary in order to scare someone, don't you? You better move along and fast. They live great here. Too good, really. Methinks we don't pressure these fat cats hard enough. I don't think I can ask him to. There's nothing I can do to get him. Oh, okay, I can buy the dice. But problem is, I can't get him to leave because my speechcraft and everything is not good enough. We work hard mostly. It's just been a couple years since me and my wife moved here. In comparison with most other villages, this is a real paradise. Even the name Otradnoya suits it. Well, it's a paradise by the standards of this crapsack world anyway, right? Okay, let's go talk to the head again because I'm not capable of luring him out there. How do you like being ahead of the commune? If not for all the troubles, it'll be fine. We work together, the people are good citizens and do not question my authority. Right, okay. There's nothing I can do to trick the guy, because it's just not working, so... I don't know. The woman puts her hands on her hips and nods toward you. Just make it quick. How's life out here? What kind of question is that? Like anywhere else, we work again, and then we work some more. Not unlike anyone else, maybe even better than some around these parts. Anyone will say the same. Well, yes, I better go. This is so frustrating. It looks like this is the thieving skill tree. Falcon Punch. Nice. Sneaking Tiger, Hidden Dragon. A new unarmored combat technique costing 7 action points. 100% chance of causing critical effect when used on the enemy only with bare fists. I think this tree opens up a lot. Quick reaction. This tree does not open up a lot. Night vision. Survival is just good, like... I can't do anything with guns, so it's kind of like when I'm like at this point, I don't think it's worth it. Those who love to trade keep their eyes peeled for dust plumes in the distance. 10% chance to meet a caravan. Okay. Man is the most dangerous animal. Times 2 damage to human opponents on a critical aimed shot. Some organs are really vital. Is that so? Lover of healthy food, good fisherman. Hunter. Those are all good things. Like, maybe what I have to do is just get out of the city and try to you know, like up my level. Otherwise I'm kind of useless. So I think I'm gonna just go north, or whatever direction that is. Because that mission that he gave me, there's no way I can do it without persuasion or raising my level. So it's better to move on than just to stick around to try to figure out what to do. So it's like dead ends. I have each mission that I have is kind of not okay. So here we go. Let's see what this is. You approach a small fortress. A mustache soldier at the gate raises his hand for you to stop and lazily switches off the safety on his gun. Stop right there. He lowers his sunglasses and scans your person suspiciously. Do you have papers? What papers are you talking about? The soldier puffs a cloud of smoke on your general direction and raises his sunglasses in their custom position, hiding his eyes from the world. What papers? You need to have a permission to enter. A merchant's certificate. So the soldier starts coughing off on his fingers. Starts counting off on. KRZ passport, Paragonian residence permit, and indulgence from the supreme priest of the cult of Saint Slavic, party membership card, a taxpayer receipt. Are you being serious right now? I am absolutely being serious right now. As serious as a person can get. Do you think we just loaf around all day like a bunch of loafers? Nope. Our duties are extremely important. We're guarding the border from any possible enemies. What kind of possible enemies, may I ask? That depends. Sometimes cult followers, but more often common highwaymen. This is a dangerous zone, even when outwardly everything seems totally calm. The man gives you a long look through his dark glasses and puffs at his cigarette. Eventually, he gives you a nonchalant wave. Truth be told, you're the first more or less normal face I've seen in quite a long time. All right, I grant you my permission to enter the fortress. Also, you're the boss here. The soldier adjusts his helmet. The word peace is emblazoned across the front. It takes a drag on his cigarette. The biggest boss leader of the Wolves of Paragon, a fighting unit in, well, Paragon. We guard the trade routes. Why did you hang those 3 over there? What? Those rascals? Yeah, they were caught robbing travelers on the road, and we decided to make an example. Anyway, the guards need to have some fun once in a while. You can check their pockets if you're not too squeamish. Perhaps there's something left. That's a generous offer, but let's talk about something else. Questions? Go talk to my man. I don't get paid to stand around answering questions. I think I'll do that. Okay, so let's see. Who did they hang? He said there's... Oh, here we go. Alright. Let's check them out. Ooh, a spoon. Yes, please. Wires. Rubles. How many? Okay. Well, that actually helps, because... Man, imagine having to, like, if this was a VR game and they advanced the technology to where you were able to smell the surroundings, I don't think you would want to do that. I don't think you'd want to walk up to a bunch of dead dudes. A happy-looking pot-bellied man is hunched over a makeshift barbecue, keeping one eye on the suspicious-looking meat on the grill and whistling a jaunty tune. The cook waves you over. He looks friendly. Well, hello there, traveler. Looking to do some shopping? Possibly. Show me what you got. Let me see. I'll try to barter. I fail again. Fail every time. The cook's expression turns stony. You're trying to drive me out of business. It won't work. Fine, whatever you say. Just show me what you got. Okay, so the spoon. I have 1 ruble. That's good. That's actually something, right? Oh my god, the beer here is cheap. Unless... Oh, that's... So it's not because it's cheap, it's because it's the other location that it was stacked. So it's a multiple. They didn't. Okay. Salt, herbal mix, canned meat, yada yada. How did you end up working for the soldiers? Before this, I worked at an inn in Paragon, but a tiny conflict of interest led me to quit. As soon as I got my layoff pay, I turned some buddies working out this way, and now here I am. I failed again. Curiosity killed the cat. Anyway, there's nothing to tell. What cannot be cured must be endured. I see. One more question. What do you do for fun? Yeah, there isn't much to do around here, but there's... Well, where there's a will, there's always something to do and a way to entertain others as well. Plus, once or twice a month, a man from Paragon brings some girls to visit us here. If that's the kind of thing that interests you, go to the inn in Paragon and ask for our room. The cook throws you a saucy wink. I see. Okay, I should go. I don't think there's anything else. Oh wow, his eyes are really interesting. In front of you stands, and his nose, Jesus, stands a man armored like a tank. He's repeatedly striking his helmeted head against concrete blocks and crying out a kind of mantra. 1, 2, 3, blow bell. Judging by the other guards' non-reaction, this happens on a regular basis. Are you alright? And then check the soldier's attention by tapping on his cuirass. Hey, what are you doing, you silly Billy? Are you mad? Are you alright? The soldier continues his self-tune. Either he can't hear you or he's choosing to ignore you. Attract the soldier's attention by striking on his cuirass. He doesn't notice you at first, but after you tap him once more, he turns slowly as if reluctantly in your direction. You flinch back from his oddly featured face. His eyes are unnaturally large and of different colors. He looks at you silently. When he blinks, his eyes aren't in sync. Damn. Hi, are you okay? You're a mutant, aren't you? The soldier is silent for quite a while before answering in a muffled voice. I don't understand what you mean. You've been affected by radiation or something similar? Radiation? No, I don't know what that means. What do you want? Never mind, can I ask you a couple questions? The man gives you a look and suddenly frowns. You make a gesture as if to say what's wrong. I'm not answering questions. I don't like smartasses. Okay, then I'm leaving. See ya. Oh, it's okay. We didn't expect much from him. Let's talk to this guy. You see a bearded soldier in a helmet and an old Soviet army shirt called gymnastirka. He rocks on his heels, thumbs jammed into his broad leather belt. The soldier winks when he sees you. Hiya. Hello to you too. Could you answer a couple questions for me? You can ask, but I'll decide whether to answer. Tell me about yourself. No thanks, I don't like talking about myself to strangers. Okay, then I have another question. If it's not a secret, what are you doing here? It's not a secret at all. We're guarding the northern border of the civilized part of the wasteland. Paragon's merchants hired us. We guard the trade routes day and night. It's constant vigilance. That's very commendable of you. And other questions. Are these lands dangerous? Extremely dangerous, but thanks to us, they're getting safer all the time. Yes, there are many places I wouldn't recommend a civilian to go, but this fortress is not one of them. I see. Different question. Any rumors in these parts? What are the humble folks of this region talking about? I've heard reports of human trafficking in other parts of the wastes. We thankfully don't have much of that around here. I have nothing but utter contempt for slavery and everything connected to it. It's very commendable of you. Let's just keep going. A giant man rises in front of you. He is dressed in a uniform, trousers, and a stripy tank top. His mighty body oozes health and strength. However, his grin and the piercing glance of his icy blue eyes are giving you the chills. You look back at the giant as you recall the words of a wise advisor you once had at Adam. There are fighters whose eyes reflect the emptiness and horrors of the war. Avoid them. They are afraid of death. And then there are fighters whose eyes are filled with drunken ecstasy of the battle and reflection of endless fields covered in their enemies' bodies. Avoid them, for death is following them like their faithful dog. And it looks like right now you will have to deal with the second kind of fighter. What are you looking at, son? Don't tell me that you've recognized me. Not really, I just came to chat, ask a couple questions. Or your face seems familiar. The fighter measures you with an annoyed look. Familiar, how come? Can't recall. Then why did you even mention it? Fine, what else? Nothing much, I just have a couple questions. The fighter smirks. You want to get to know me better, don't you? You aren't gonna try to talk me into marrying you. You should have been born a girl, a good-looking one at that. Alright, you're lucky that there's nothing to do around here. Go ahead, but remember, most of what the ordinary folk will gladly tell you is a military secret for me. Who are you? A wolf amongst a pack of cubs on a leash held by a fat cat. Care to elaborate? The giant gestures at all his workmates gathered in the little outpost. Here's the cub pack. The fat cat, however, or more to be precise, a whole clouder of cats are in Paragon. I think I've done a good job explaining. Yeah, well, I could say that. God, what else? Well, I know what you're doing. Can you tell me about the rumors? I've heard that there's some foreign blockhead who thinks I'm some kind of a gossiping broad that is interested in the rumors. When I find out who that is, I'll rip their head off and stick a garbage can in their neck instead. Unless I tear yours off first. Why would I attack him? I see where you're going with it. Let me ask you another question. No, alright. There's no reason for me to fight him, and they're all probably gonna attack me if I try. That's foolish. Very foolish. Let's just continue. Whatever. No point. Do you want to stop and trade? Meet the caravan? Yeah, why not? Let's talk to the caravan owners. Oh, water. You can wash yourself and drink some water right from the sink, but you need to hold some container if you want to take some water with you. Yes, I do want to do that. Nice. Hunger, yeah, that's another thing that oh, nothing in the garbage, but why? I want some. I want some garbage. Nothing to interact with. I don't understand. Where are the people? This is a caravan. Oh, here they are. You see a tall man wearing shades. His unshaven face is adorned with a wide smile. From the looks of him and his tough-looking companion, he's a trader. He stinks of cheap tobacco and beer. Hey man, you buying? I swear you won't find better prices. Let's see now. Show me your wares. Throwing. Waste paper. I can't afford anything. Let's just go. I'm not. Can't buy anything. It's just something to. Oh yeah, bunker. I needed to go to the bunker. Stumbled upon a party of giant ants, also known as myrmics. If you won't do anything, they will surely attack. Try to escape. You managed to escape? I don't really want to fight yet without... I actually gained experience from that, so that's fine. That's useful to me, experience. Okay. Ooh, helicopter. Can't interact with it? Yes I can. Sweet. No, nothing. Oh. Yes. Nothing. Before you stands a fairly well-preserved autonomous minecart. It's filled with dusty old boxes. A control panel covered with old paint is installed on the nose of the cart. As strange as it seems to you, the minecart is almost free of rust and still usable. Inspect the boxes. The wooden boxes are empty, probably looted even before the apocalypse. Their only contents now are fallen leaves, dust, and sand. Inspect the control panel. The control panel was freshly painted once, but the years took their toll. Now only patches of old paint cover the device. Any indication of key function disappeared after years under open sky. However, you get the feeling that the mechanism which makes the cart move may still be activated. Inspect the mechanism. Under the control panel, there is a plate which conceals the drive mechanism of the cart. The screws are rusted over, but with some force you could pull the plate out. Try. You gather your strength and pull. The rusty plate gives way. The rusted screws are no match for your muscle and snap off. You toss the plate aside and look at the mechanism. The inside of the carts are much more intricate than you thought, appearing to be complicated clockworks instead of electronics. Press the buttons. The buttons can hardly be pressed because of the exposure the cart suffered over the years. Tries to fix it. Every metallic surface is brown with heavy dust. However, the machinery itself looks repairable to someone of sufficient skill. Success. Using your expert eye, you look over the mechanism. After a moment, you realize that the device is much less complicated than it seems. Giving the central gear a push and returning the anchor fork to its slot, you take a step back to admire the fruits of your labors. The cart mechanism is now ready to use. Press the buttons. The buttons can hardly be pressed because of all the exposure. Functional mechanism. Inspect the control panel, inspect the cart, inspect the mechanism, inspect the cart. What's the deal, yo? I fixed it. Why isn't it letting me do it? Although it won't be enough to crash through the gate alone, you need something else as a battering ram for one. So the minecart is almost free of rust and still usable. Okay, so there's Who the fuck did she? You see a hard-weathered man aged 40 or so. He is sporting a huge fluffy mustache and is staring into the fire. He throws more branches into it from time to time and rakes the coals with a stick. Upon seeing you, he waves. Hey man, don't run away. Let's have a talk. What do you want to talk about? Since you're stalking the area, you must have seen it too. The remains of former glory, you know, a helicopter, the bunker entrance, and all that stuff. This place has a lot of loot hidden, and I'd love to offer you a deal on a related matter. Help you to a share of the loot, you know. Sure, what kind of deal are you talking about? Look, this area is really well hidden. The locals think it's dangerous, so most try to ignore it. Only me and my boys came to check it out. The man points at his companions with a wide gesture. The others are nervous-looking, thin men in a torn sweater and a heavy red-faced, slightly intoxicated man in a dirty ski hat. Both nod to you. And even we found this place by chance, spied upon some strange-looking military types that tried to get in. They had a lot of troopers enter the bunker while we observed them from cover. Anyhow, they spent about a day inside, and when they exited, they sealed the doors again. See how honest I am? Yeah, you're as honest as you can get. So what's the deal? You want me to break the door for you? I doubt someone could break it or hack it or whatever. There's plenty of interesting lock. There's a pretty interesting lock in place. Makes you think how important the bunker must have been. Nah, the deal is here. I will open the door for you, and you'll check out the inside, for monsters trap and all that bull. You look like you're more than capable of it. You'll also be free to take anything that's not nailed down, and since there's probably no monsters or traps down there, it's a natural get-rich-quick scheme. How about it, pal? Fine, I agree. Or if it's so great, why won't you go inside yourself? Hold your... Man shakes his shoulders slightly and waves you away. Haven't got to it yet, We just made camp here, and places like that are easier to explore alone. We're sort of a team. What kind of crap is that? You get the distinct feeling that the man is hiding some information from you, but he's not in a hurry to share. He watches you, waiting for your reply, and stirs the coals in his fire with a branch. I mean, there's probably traps in there, so we'll see. But I'm going to wrap up this episode here for now. And so thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, peace out.